Today I spoke on what, as a project controls or project manager, I feel is one of the most important revolutions to the industry in about the past 20 years. ISO standards and the new ISO 21508 in the series. And one of the interesting parts about ISO is that out of the entire room, I think there's 100 people, only 2 people even knew the standards coming out. Yet if you work in the industry for a government or for even a private one, these standards are going to impact how you're doing. So in the standard we discussed on the ISO is we discussed that there are 3 sections that have been approved: the vocabulary, the work breakdown structure, and the EVM guide. And the key thing is with these 3 documents now approved that have been approved at a 94% by 38 countries with 18 observing members, that the standard has been approved and is coming out to people and available, and it's going to be available now, getting people to use it, getting feedback from it. And so what's the best way? Come to a conference like this and speak about it and get people, because I want to go from 2 people, I now have 102 people who now know about it. I'd like them to go in their office and at least get somebody to purchase, because ISO guides, like anything, are for sale, is to convince their QA groups and their project managers that they should buy the vocabulary, buy the EVM, buy the WBS, and review their current procedures and systems to see. You don't match it. It's an outline, it's a guideline, that their standards and programs are in alignment to it. If they do that, they will have a more successful project. Poor project controls leads to poor projects. I've worked in the industry more than 35 years. I've done $80 billion worth of projects. With successful project controls, my comment is I've never been behind schedule, I've never been over budget in the time doing it. It didn't mean the budget didn't change. It didn't mean the cost didn't the schedule didn't change. It meant that we could account for it. We could give it to management to make a logical decision. And on the projects, I spent 5 years, last 5-6 years, doing nothing but fire drills, fixing projects. Every time I walked into the project for potential losses of $1 billion, a couple $100 million, all came to the same thing: lack of functional control, no schedule, bad schedule, no change control, bad analysis, bad management of budget. But we made them successful by utilizing basic, simple principles. And that's why between the ISO and between a conference like this, why it's so important.